Adonis, where have you been? It's too much knowledge, and I don't want to get too close later for being demonetized. I don't want to be delifetized. So let's just watch this stuff.
Have a look at this, guys. I found something very interesting. You see Trump's right hand, how it has a massive bruise on it? I want you to watch this video because when I saw this, I believe that he intentionally showed this. Notice how this is a very unnatural way to hold your hand. Now you be the judge.
And come to think of it, there's your trophy for the World Cup. And come to think of it, there's your trophy for the World Cup.
Now, is it just me or was that intentional? Now, this is very interesting because there's a couple things that I want to show you. Notice how this is on the Queen's right hand, the same hand that Trump has the bruise on, and this was a few days before her passing. I'm also a little bit of a Harry Potter nerd, and this reminded me of Dumbledore's black hand, his diseased black hand on the right hand as well. Now, apparently this bruise is from a handshake, and I don't know if you're shaking hands with Thanos or the Hulk, but that makes no sense. Now, he's sitting with his fist tightened, drawn out, and closed. This is not an accident, guys. In occult symbolism, when something is shown like this, it's from a secret disclosure. This is only for the people that have eyes to see. Now, I'm not going to go too deep on the symbology of what this means because I'll probably get banned, but it's definitely tied into some sort of occult symbolism, tying into some sort of rituals, things like this. Just my opinion, strictly for entertainment purposes only, of course. Make sure to like, share, and follow for more hidden truth. Peace and love.
Bro, he may really be gone, like actually dead. Which would kind of make sense of why he randomly brought up, like, man, I'm trying to go to heaven all of a sudden. Where it's like, you've never spoke like that before. But now, the rumors are spreading. He was not seen at all today, and he has nothing scheduled for the entire weekend. Nothing scheduled on Monday. 0 appearances. Then J.D. Vance suspiciously said this during his interview. God forbid there's a terrible tragedy. It was one of them like pre-programming things like, hey, get ready.
Let's talk about the Ghostbusters today. Now bear with me, this is going to make sense. I want to talk specifically about that one scene when they discuss the spiritual significance of architecture. Because this scene really hits hard with the Tatarian and Old World research. Check this out.
This roof cap is exactly like the kind of telemetry tracker that NASA uses to identify dead pulsars in deep space.
Cold riveted girders with cores of pure selenium. Everybody getting this so far? So what? I guess they just don't make them like they used to, huh? No! Nobody ever made them like this. I mean, the architect was either a certified genius or an authentic wacko. The whole building is a huge superconductive antenna that was designed and built expressly for the purpose of pulling in and concentrating spiritual turbulence. Your girlfriend lives in the corner penthouse of Spook Central.
And I'm sitting here thinking this is just a great movie, just some writing for kids or whatever like that, but they telling us the truth in plain sight, right? They gotta tell us the truth? Allegedly? Allegedly.
She's not my girlfriend.
Not the girl, Peter, it's the building. Something terrible is about to enter our world, and this building is obviously the door.
Now obviously I don't agree with everything they said, but that's pretty interesting and it's something to consider. Are these buildings conductors for spiritual turbulence? Or are they antennas in order to harness the ether? Free energy. But yes, I agree with Bill Murray. They don't make them like they used to. Is it because they can't? Or is it because they won't? Because free energy would free us. What do you guys think?
Former Joe Rogan guest James Lindsay says, your house on socialism, your politician's house on socialism. My brother in Christ, have you ever been to Washington, D.C.? Fly over it sometime. You'll see that American politicians and corporate lobbyists are living in some of the biggest mansions that you've ever seen in your life. And those are just their work homes. Most of them have many others. Government officials in the Soviet Union lived in apartments that looked like this. At least they were lakeside, I guess. Che Guevara's house still looks pretty modest, even after it was converted into a museum. And Thomas Sankara's first action after taking power was to sell off all of the government's luxury cars and housing. He thought all the politicians should live amongst the people and live like the people so they understand their struggles. So what the hell is James Lindsay talking about? Every accusation against socialism is just capitalism projecting its own flaws. This is what your politicians are living like under capitalism right now, while you live like this, or at least can't afford your rent. And that's because the politicians are in bed with the owning class, the capitalists. How do we change that?
We can't, because it's been prophesied to be like this in the Bible. Why don't you just rip off that Band-Aid and deal with it? Jeez, is it just me? And you wonder why I don't talk in these videos.
Y'all probably seen this scene 1,000 times, but I bet you never made this connection. Check this out.
First, we attack his heart.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
Deliver us! Finish it! Finish it! Evil!
You see, he didn't just crash her prayer, he challenged it. When the Green Goblin says, finish it, deliver us from evil, he's not mocking the words, he's testing the power behind them. That's because he is the evil, and deep down, he wants to know if God can actually stop him. This scene isn't just superhero cinema, it's actually spiritual warfare on screen. But let me know what you think.
I mean, think about your horror movies. Do you know that most people in the world, most people in the global south, in Asia, Africa, and the Middle East, and so forth, they find it very bizarre and they find it very disturbing how much you love those movies, those horror movies. They think it's bizarre and disturbing that it's even a genre at all, much less that it's one of the most popular genres in Western cinema. But I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why you love those movies so much. It's not random. It's not random that you came up with that, because it's not just entertainment for you. Horror movies are a ceremonial reenactment of your oldest religious instincts. You know, you're simultaneously terrified and in awe of evil, the power of evil, or what you perceive to be the power of evil. And this perception of the power of evil that you have in the West, this goes back for tens of thousands of years with you. This is the oldest liturgy of the West, that is to be terrified of and yet to venerate that which terrifies you. You understand? To be terrified and to venerate that which terrifies you. To be horrified of the darkness, but to also seek the power of the darkness. You don't watch those movies to see the evil spirit, to see the demon, or to see the ghost, or what have you, to see that, Jason, or the, supernatural, basically immortal killer. You don't watch those movies to see the evil person or the evil entity get defeated. You watch those movies to see the carnage get unleashed. You watch those movies to see the sadism, to watch the glorification of evil. You watch those movies to feel the awe at the power of the devil. This is a religious experience for you when you watch a horror film. Because again, this goes all the way back to the very beginning of your so-called civilization. This is a very old impulse that you have. It's very deep in you. It evokes a deep, resonating feeling inside of you in the West, Westerners. It's the same way that, in other cultures, they might respond to a film that's about their heroic ancestors or about religious figures. It conjures up very deep, like I say, and deeply resonant emotions for Westerners. Very deep, resonant emotions, feelings of awe, feelings of terror, and frankly, feelings of adoration. This genre is itself a ceremony. It's a ritual that invokes your ancestral spiritual roots. Think about it. I mean, how many horror films start off in some isolated cabin in the woods? Well, that's your history. An isolated cabin in the woods. And then the whole movie, in and of itself, the whole movie is just a parable about what happens when you anger the jinn, which is just another way of saying you shouldn't anger the jinn. You want to see what happens when someone does anger the jinn. You see that they're powerful, and you should respect them, and you should fear them, and you shouldn't mess with them, and so on. I mean, even in most of these films, think about it, in most of these films, especially the ones that are about demons,
I don't know if he's going to say it or not, but the Catholic priest is always scared. What are you scared for, bro? The power of Christ compels these niggas. I never understood that.
They're about possession and so forth, ghosts and whatnot. In most of these movies, the evil entity, the evil being, is never actually vanquished. It's either satisfied in one way or another, or it moves on to another target. or the protagonist himself or herself becomes the new vessel for that evil entity. You know, you very rarely ever see the jinn defeated in these movies, because in fact, they are the heroes of the story. The whole story actually only exists to solidify your justification for fearing and venerating them for all these millennia, because that's the basis of your whole so-called civilization, like I said. And in fact, this same impulse is the only reason why your current iteration as a society, as a culture, this is the reason why you so vehemently reject even admitting the existence of the jinn, the existence of shaitan. Even though your own continuous belief in the devil and your continuous subordination to the devil is actually uninterrupted and is manifest in every way all the time until today, but you deny it.
Bro, there's so much unexplainable stuff out there. Have you heard about evil cities?
What do you mean?
There's this phenomenon that millions of people all over the world have reported. They get this overwhelming feeling of evil and dread whenever they're in certain American cities, right?
What?
Some of these cities are like Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Phoenix is one of them. They just report this overwhelming feeling of dread. And the way that they describe it, and it gives me chills talking about it, they describe it as the absolute absence of God.
What?
They say, imagine what the world would feel like if God just completely left. That's the feeling that they get when they're in these cities.
It'd be easier to go to the moon than it would be to fake it. No, it wouldn't.
Right.
Not if you physically can't get a human being through the Van Allen radiation belts. They lied about everything. So the idea that they didn't lie about this one thing, the moon landing, was all 100% legit. Meanwhile, you got all sorts of problems because you got to think, like, how are they taking pictures? Who's going to take the picture of them out there? This is part of the problem with the lunar module leaving the moon and going back towards the orbiter, and it looks so fake. It looks so fake. It looks so ridiculous. There's no plumes of fire. Like, that's nonsense. It looks like it's being pulled by strings.
Yeah.
And the camera, which is operated, remotely, pans perfectly to catch it. How does that thing like shoot off into space? How does it have the power? Where's the engine?
They use car batteries, right? On that thing, allegedly. That's what Bart Sibrel says.
It's still 1/6 of Earth's gravity. It's still a significant amount of gravity. It's not the same gravity as Earth, but how are you getting that footage? Like, what are you doing? This is 1969. You're on the phone with Richard Nixon from the moon. They could fake that.
Bro, what's wrong with your shoes? I mean, why these look like the Orthopedo 9000s and this look like it was made by a Tesla tire track? Yeah, so this is one of the videos that I hope is AI, or else I'm going to have to rethink everything, because one of the signs of the last days, which I'm telling myself, oh, that's just fantasy, is that the animals are going to start talking to each other. Now, they're not talking, but they're literally watching TV. He got his girl hugged up, or his dude. I don't know what they're on. And they're watching TV. Heard the humans come in, turn off the TV. Either that, or these are two skinwalkers. So, there's that.
So I bought a witchcraft book. And my mama kicked me out the house when she found it. So I bought a witchcraft book.
We were selling thousands of tapes, and I was still in high school. I was in high school sitting on like $200,000. For real. I was just like savage with it. I would just go to school and I'd just pull up on the curb, like right there at the door. And they were like, Paul, you got to move your car. And I'm like, fuck that car. Just crazy. And they eventually kicked my ass out. I got into too many fights. Then when I got kicked out of school, my mama had told me, she was like, you want to use your auntie address and go to county school? You want to try this rap shit? I said, I want to try the rap shit. Me and Juicy put together $4,500 and made Misty Styles. That $4,500 turned into $45 million. And that was the best decision I ever made in my fucking life.
3 6 Mafia wasn't like a group until Mystic Styles came out. It was more of a collective. And so everybody was just rapping together. Paul and Juicy brung the beats. They brung the ideas, and they was really fucking good at that. Like, our songs sounded like a movie. For me, the early sound was gangsta walk music. We had the gangster mixed with the sinister, mixed with the Memphis sound. It was just like, we meshed everything together. I was rapping with fucking 5 psychopaths. I wanted to be as sinister as possible, so I bought a witchcraft book. And my mama kicked me out the house when she found it.
Wow.
Yeah, she put me out for about a week. And I had to burn the book.
It spoke to a different generation of Memphis. It was like this young, cocaine snorting, gangsta ass Memphis shit. There's no God. It's all debauchery.
What you're about to see is what happens when you don't comply with the agenda.
I'm in the middle of traffic, bro. Would you look at this shit, bro? Look, I can't. Everything is locked. Cybertruck deactivated. Look at this shit, bro. Cars all on the side of me, bro. What the f? Bro, I gotta call a Tesla, bro. What the f? Bro, like, what the fuck? I can't move the car, bro. I'm stranded as hell no, bro.
Says Tesla Cybertruck deactivated. But he got a cease and desist letter. So that apparently that's a rapper. His name is, I think, Big Huey. And because he was filming his music video using this Tesla, but he was doing things that Tesla don't approve, they decided to deactivate his Tesla. So that means you buy it, but they control it. You know, in Washington, D.C. now that we have control. Everybody who's not complying, shut off their electricity. It's all smart meters, deactivated. All these new vehicles, GM, Chevy, Ford, Tesla, they all have smart assist and smart controlling computers. Shut them off. You're going to get into your car, deactivated. So you try to go back into your house so you can call somebody and your garage door opener doesn't work. Deactivated. Your front door won't unlock. Deactivated. Try to call on your phone. Deactivated. You are deactivated.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Okay, ready? Fine. You have to look at your own foot.
I can't look.
Like a person.
All right.
Do this.
Okay. Oh, this one is. No, wait. All right. Okay. All right.
Okay, ready? Fine. You have to look at your
All right.
own foot.
I can't look.
A person would keep this foot.
Oh, this one is. No, wait. All right. Okay. All right. I can't look. All right. Oh, wait. Okay. All right.
That max acceleration? Oh. Man, you are really bouncing. Is he on the ground at all? That's 10 kilometers. Huh? He's got about 2 wheels on the ground. He's a big rooster tail out of all 4 wheels. And as he turns, he skids. The back end breaks loose just like on snow. Come on back, John. Hey, the deck is running. Man, I'll tell you, Indy's never seen a driver like this.
If you're missing 5 or more teeth, listen up.
Stop eating Snickers at 2 a.m. Stop carrying around. Why do you have a Snickers in your wallet?
Bro, the last 24 hours have been insane. This was the last moment anyone has seen this 22-year-old YouTuber who was trying to film content at the Duduma waterfall in India. He was washed away by the strong currents and authorities still haven't found him 5 days later. Next, Will Smith is being accused of posting a video of an AI-generated crowd during his Based on a True Story tour in America. Crazy part though is that this wasn't even to mask small crowds. He is objectively performing in front of huge amounts of people. So why his team decided to do this is a bit of a mystery. Next, a city in Japan is proposing guidelines that would see all of its 70,000 citizens only use their phones for 2 hours a day. God forbid a granny. Doom scroll in peace. The mayor of Toyaki said that it was to prevent excessive use of devices causing physical and mental health issues, including sleep problems. Now luckily, those who go over the 2-hour limit, they're not going to face fines or penalties. Next, Stuart Smith, the wrestler who was attacked by Roger Jackson, is thankfully now awake, conscious, able to talk, and somehow his face face doesn't even really look that bad. I mean, the beard's probably covering a lot, and his family say that he still has a long road of recovery ahead. Next, a painting stolen by Nazis over 80 years ago just accidentally surfaced. And guess where? Argentina. Yeah. We know why. And I say accidentally because it was spotted in an ad from a real estate agency, and the house that they were listing allegedly is owned by the daughter of an infamous Nazi. Now, the family of the Jewish art dealer who was originally stolen from is trying to get it back. Next. Oh, and if you do like these news roundups, I post 3 a week on YouTube, and they're up to 30 minutes long. Next. Also, the world is worried for this 11-year-old girl from Gaza who is famous for her cooking videos. Because yesterday, she posted this unsettling image on Instagram to her 1.5 million followers with just one word saying goodbye. And since no one really knows what this means, people have been panicking in the comment section asking if she's okay, what does goodbye really mean, etc. Next, the US Coast Guard just made their biggest drug bust in history, and authorities say that this was enough to fatally overdose the entire population of Florida. It was worth almost $500 million, and 34 people were detained as a result. Next, and lastly, bro wasn't capping. The man who spent 21 years building a miniature model of New York City has decided to prove all the haters wrong. For the first time, he's laid out his entire model consisting of 1 million handmade buildings. It's 50 foot long, 30 foot wide, which is just over half an NBA court. 21 years, well bloody spent.
1984 footage of this dude floating through space? Come on, man. I got something to show y'all, dude. Watch. Was this dude trapped way out in space? Or is it fake? You ever Googled pictures of Antarctica from space? How about try it out and show me what you got, man? Allegedly, this right here is even fake, man. This right here is even CGI, everybody says. I don't know for sure, though. What do y'all think, man? You do have to admit, though, one's like this one right here, man. Look, 3 separate images, right? 3 exact same reflections in the face mask. How is that possible if these were all taken by possibly different astronauts? I mean, one looks a little muscular, one looks a little skinny, one looks a little fat. I'm just saying, how is that possible? Somebody tell me, man. I'll wait. Then you got things like, how are you going to forget to put your boots on backwards on the wrong feet? No, it's not CGI. You can look it up. There's a whole story on how the dude accidentally did it. Come on, dude. Like, really, man? This is what makes the people wonder about things. Look, this is the NASA Blue Marble of 2002. Look at all the things that are circled in this image. Look closely now at every single one of them. They would appear to be the exact same image. Every single one. Now, is that possible for that many clouds to like make that many just replica? Come on, man. Y'all have a good day.
Are these things fake? I don't know, man. I just do know that if it were fake and they're letting the truth come out now, the moon landing was, what, 60 years ago? Is that what they're going to do with the conspiracies of our day? 60 years from now, they're going to let the truth come out? Nigga, I don't know.
No. Huh?
Oh shit, this nigga dead, y'all. Oh no, when this happened, niggas dying there, they never died before. Jesus, why ain't nobody tell this dumb ass to die? The fuck going on?
Thank you to my channel members. We said thank you. Ha! To my channel members. No Diddy when I say member. Thank you. To my channel members. Fuck you if you're not a member. Nah, I'm just kidding. But seriously, join. Thank you.